Well, friend, we will start. Namaste and welcome. I am Suruchi Gautam. I am your speaker for today's webinar on the Mind Adda. By profession, I am a clinical psychologist, clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, life coach and facilitator, Reiki grandmaster and spiritual healer, tarot card reader and pendulum dancer. Let us start with a small story. Once, while I was meditating, one of my trainees ran and came to me and said, "You know what, Suruchi? My mind is restless." I said, "Fine. Show me your hands." My trainee showed me. I asked, "Where are your thumbs?" Showed me. Eyes, pointed out and showed me. Nose, chin, mouth, cheeks, forehead, head, mind. My trainee started thinking and said, "You know what, Suruchi? I am not able to locate where is mine." I laughed and said, "The reason is because I have already put it to rest." My trainee was happy and went home happily. So here we have understood, friends, that mind is not a physical body part. In that case, what is mind? Can some of you all type in the chat room and tell what is mind according to you? Okay, I'm getting few answers like mind is thoughts. Think, friends, what mind is according to you? Brain. Any other answer from anyone? Emotion, healer, thinking, mind is controlling system. Yes, as you see that mind is, we can say, thoughts, thinking, brain. Mind is even buddhi, belief, emotion, over thoughts. Yes. So here, friends, it is important for us to understand what is thoughts and thinking. First, we will understand what is thoughts. For example, if I say letter A, as soon as you hear the sound of letter A, what happens? You can see a picture or image of letter A. It can either be capital or in small case, some size, some color, some font. If I say A for, immediately in many people's thought, it will be A for an apple. Now, as you hear the sound of apple, you can see the image of an apple, some color, some might even feel the smell and taste in their mouth. If I ask you, I want to go ahead and purchase an apple. Which apple is good? Now what you are doing is thinking. And all this process happens where? It happens in your brain. So friends, thinking process which happens in your brain generates thoughts. In other words, I can even say that thinking process which happens in the brain, its final product is thoughts. Which again brings us back to the topic, what is mind? So to keep it very simple, we will consider mind as thoughts. Mr. Sigmund Freud was the person who first coined the theory of mind. So based on his theory of mind, we will go ahead and see what exactly is mind. So friends, I would love to welcome you all to the world of the Mind Adda. Yes, friends, mind is exactly like this iceberg. What is seen above is completely different from what lies beneath. So, what is seen above is known as your conscious mind, and what lies beneath is your subconscious and unconscious mind. Now, out of the 100% capacity of your mind, do you know how much conscious mind we use? To your surprise, friends, it is hardly 10% that we use. Remaining 90% is your subconscious and the unconscious mind. From here on, to make it simple, we will just call it as conscious mind and unconscious mind. Let's see how our conscious mind works. Now, all the process that is involved in thinking first take place in your conscious mind, which in turns generates thoughts, and that in turns generate experiences. Now, all this thing is first felt on your conscious mind level. Once it is experienced there, later on it slowly comes and gets downloaded and gets stored in your unconscious mind level. It is stored as your memory. Now, these experiences of our life are either khata khata or mitha mitha experiences. Now, if this experience is more of khata khata type in our life, in that case, our mind becomes problem-oriented thinker. And if this experiences of our life is more of mitha mitha type, in that case, our mind becomes solution-oriented thinker. Friends, I repeat once again over here. If the past memory or experiences of our life is more of khata khata types, in that case, our mind becomes problem-oriented thinker. And if these experiences are of mitha mitha, sweet experiences, pleasant experiences, then our conscious mind becomes solution-oriented thinker. Now, for us to understand how it adapts this problem-oriented thinking or solution-oriented thinking, means mind has some kind of language. So we will go ahead and see what is mind language. Yes, friend, it is just the simple three P's language which mind understand. And they are pain, pressure, and pleasure. Now, what is pleasurable language? See, whenever you're using all these gulu gulu and flowery words, the lovable words, the kind words, the positive words, it is all pleasurable language. However, when you are using all commanding and demanding words and language, that is pressure language. Now, when it comes to pain, what to say? As they say, only if you go through the experience, you will understand. आग का दरिया है, खुद जब इसमें से गुजरोगे तब आपको समझेगा. Unless and until you don't step in the shoes, you won't understand. To give you another good example, whenever we are worried or we are angry or we are tense, the type of language that we are using is more of pain language and pressure language. And whenever our mind is very happy, satisfied, peaceful, the language that we are using is pleasurable language. Over here, now we need to understand the mind's understanding. Yes, there are two things over here that we need to understand. One is something that is known as reality. Another thing that is known as imagination. The best part of everything is mind does not understand difference between what is real and what is imagination. I repeat, this is very important, friends. Mind does not understand difference between what is real and what is imaginary. Mind will accept everything on its face value, whatever you help mind to understand and accept. If your imagination is going wild, your thinking is becoming more of problem oriented, Your thoughts will also be problem oriented. And this is how your mind is trained in that case. Now, over here, I will give you a very simple example. As of today, we have fallen into COVID-19 situation, right? What is happening is we are just listening about more and more news, more and more problematic things, more and more this is happening, that is happening, so many cases are coming. In that case, what is happening? Our mind is generating thoughts because of the problem orientation thinking, which are just taking us for a toss. So from problem oriented thinking, how you can go ahead and become solution oriented thinking? See, it is not bad to be problem oriented thinker. In fact, both should be in balance. Because of problem oriented thinking power, you have got the question, that is COVID-19. After getting this question, now use your solution oriented thinking power. For example, okay, I am fallen into the situation of COVID-19. Yes. Like India, even other countries have fallen into this situation. Yes. Economy all over the world has crashed. Yes. It has become a race of survival for us. Yes. What I need to do to survive? Be safe. Yes. See, now you have started getting the answer. You have started getting the solutions. So now to be safe, what I need to do? I need to wear mask, use hand gloves, wash my hand, use sanitizer, come in contact with as less people as possible. Yes, the biggest question of earning. How will I earn now? So is there any new strategy that I need to take? No, I'm doing fine. Whatever is my job, I'm getting earning through that job by working at home or doing this. Good. Solution is received. No, I am not getting enough money. I need to adapt change. Yes. Okay, fine. Then adapt change. What changes can you adapt? Sit, think, write down. What opportunities can I generate? Think over it and write down. Friends, this is how, with help of the power of problem-oriented thinking, you can come out with the problem, and the power of solution-oriented thinking, you can come up with the solution. Remember to use pleasurable language. You must have heard, we are hearing more about law of attraction, positive thinking, thank you, gratitude, write these things, this thing works. Yes, friends, this all works. The reason why this all works is because your mind can become mind which can start understanding pleasurable language, which will in turn help you to become solution oriented. With this, friends, we again need to remember that every time that you have to do is something known as reality check. Whenever your mind is falling into this confusion of what is real and what is imaginary, do the reality check. I have already shared the COVID-19 example with you all. With this, friend, in this webinar, we have understood today that how our thinking process, our thinking power generates our thoughts, which in turn generates the experiences. We have also understood the power of conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, how this experience is first felt on the conscious level and gets stored in your unconscious level. If this experience of your life is more of khata khata type, in that case, your mind becomes problem oriented thinker. And if this experience of your life is if this experiences of your life are meetha meetha, in that case, your mind becomes solution oriented thinker. Again, we have also understood the three type of mind languages, that is pain, pressure, and pleasure. How with help of the pleasure language, you can overcome the other two kind of language. We have also understood that mind does not understand difference. I repeat, mind does not understand difference between what is real and what is imaginary. Every time you need to sit and do something known as reality check my life, so that you can go ahead and live your life stress-free, happily, and healthily. With this, friends, I will conclude today's webinar. Soon we will be coming up with another webinar.